Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I decided to vlog a little early today so that I don't run out of energy. That's what I feel like's been happening sometimes on a Sunday. Oh, sorry, my lip just started bleeding. Sorry, guys. Trigger warning, blood. I just didn't want to start dripping down my mouth because that's what it will do. Sorry. I've got some iced coffee here. Jim made me a nice iced coffee. Well, it's cold brew. It's my second cup of coffee today. And I have my first normal situation downstairs, if you know what I mean. It's still like a game. You know, like did I eat the right? Did I have enough vegetables? Did I didn't have too much vegetables? Did I blew my husband out of the room, if you know what I mean? Kind of crazy. It's a delicate balance. I mentioned yesterday that my oncologist, oh, no, I didn't shut the fan on. I mentioned yesterday that my oncologist was still a little surprised, curious, concerned. Sorry about that. That the mucositis is still rearing its ugly head, all of my lip and mouth issues. And like I said, I mentioned to him that one of my hospice workers had a similar situation and it took months. That being said, it's the thing that I think that is causing me the most concern as well. The rash itself, I started getting this rash when I was in the hospital, and it just slowly, very, very slowly built over time. So like 6 months it took. Well, about 5 months it took to develop the rash fully. I really didn't expect the rash to go away overnight, especially since I had lost so much skin area that even as it starts to grow back, it's not going to, it's going to take a long time. But my mouth situation, I really was hoping it would be better by now. Now, granted, I am not treating my mouth gingerly. I am caring for it with the magic mouthwash I use after, and I use the aloe vera about 30 minutes after I use the magic mouthwash, so that I can do both treatments. I am not eating just mild plain food. I am eating some. I am having still pudding. I'm still having shakes, but I'm not just having pudding. I'm not just having shakes. So I don't know if I'm like, am I irritating it each time? Do I need to still be on a completely soft diet, which frustrating. So I'm just kind of like dealing with that, and I'm practicing every day. I'm like, okay, so tonight it's going to be like a gluten-free hamburger helper. Jimmy found like a gluten-free hamburger helper at Aldi. He's like, oh, we'll try that. And I was like, well, just don't brown my meat a lot. Like, just get it to like the gray color, because otherwise it gets crunchy and it's harder. You know, all these things. And, do I even want to do that today? I don't even know. Like, I'm kind of on the fence. Like, what do I want to have? Do I just want to have like roast beef and cauliflower mash? Yes, that might be just what I want to have today. Like, I don't know. So it's a kind of like a playing, like a guessing game, like a sort of trial and error sort of situation. So that's what we're working on. As far as my lips are concerned, I'm very confused by that. I thought first I was dehydrated, but I'm drinking like so much water that I'm like floating away. Like the commode is like full after like a couple of hours. Just me going and like drinking and peeing and drinking and peeing. Getting up and going to the commode is the most exercise that I'm getting throughout the day. That being said, I don't know. And then I'm like, am I eating things that are wrong? Is it still part of the mucositis? I'm sure it is. If it's inside my mouth, of course it's going to be on the outside of my mouth too. But it was like getting better on the outside of my mouth for a while. So I'm just here. I'm just here, and I'm practicing, and every day is just taking a little bit better care of myself and a little bit better, moving a little bit more forward. Sometimes it's very little. Today I'm having Jim prep the stuff for the week, not only stuff for the week, but I said tomorrow if he can, I hopefully will get a shower. Now, shower aid is scheduled to come tomorrow. It really will depend on how I feel when I wake up in the morning, whether or not I actually get my shower Monday or Thursday this week. I mean, I don't care about going 10 days. It doesn't, like, I'll sponge bathe between, so it's not like I'm gross. And again, I'm not doing anything to cause, like, I'm not overly sweating, or, I'm not working in my garden, so it's not like tons of dirt. It's just, like, accumulating. But it really wiped me out last week a lot. Like, remember, like, my Tuesday was, like, shot because of my Monday shower. And then I'm like, I think I would rather have the nurse come on Tuesday than Friday. Just because of, like, if we have to, like, Friday she came and then I had to, like, contact doctors, but then I have to wait till Monday to contact doctors. So it's kind of like, I'd rather come on Tuesday, because if we have to deal with stuff, I have, like, the week to deal with it, Sorry, everybody. It still feels like it's a little bleedy. Like that. So I think if I don't feel a ton of energy tomorrow, then probably going to postpone until Thursday, but at least the bathroom will be prepped. Jim and I are trying to keep those lines of communication open. I told him, I said, I know that I call Sharon my best friend and Lisa my best friend, but you're my best friend. I was like, I tell you more things than I tell them. And I said, I need you to be able to talk to. I need to be able to talk to you. And I want you to be able to talk to me. And I don't know, if you feel scared to talk to me about something, then something's wrong. Like, because we should be able to tell each other anything. So it's just a lot of stuff, like concerns, and and then we started, I don't know, he talked about it in his vlog. I just asked him, like, randomly, like, would he think about ever, like, moving, like, if I wanted to, or if I could, or if I felt up to it, like, moving to, like, maybe upstate New York, so we could be closer to my family, just because, like, I'm missing a lot of family opportunities. I thought that my sister and sister-in-law have been moved to Vegas by now. Like, when I moved here, they were already going to move there. This was like 8-9 years ago at this point, and I don't know if they're getting to Vegas at all. So, like, them passing me and stopping on the interim, like, visiting more often, me being closer to Vegas than I would be if I was in New York, the kind of situation. And I don't want to leave here. That's what I was telling Jimmy. I was kind of stuck on that. But I was just like, if we, I don't know, had the opportunity, or if my health was different, like I just don't know, if things don't improve health-wise, if I just to kind of, like, throw it out there how he would feel. And of course then he started running with it. You can't say anything to Jim, certain things you can't say to Jim without him just, like, taking off on it and doing research and investigating. And I'm like, I'm not there. We're nowhere near there. I just, like, feelers, like, what would the how would you feel about it? Like, obviously it wasn't just New York in the whole that you didn't like. It was specifically where we lived was very expensive, and people were like, it's a lot of hustle and bustle, and it's not like that everywhere in New York State. In fact, most of New York State is upstate, and is much slower paced and stuff. So, oh, that was the last tissues, great. So it's just like that. It's like, what if, like we did a what if scenario. I'm nowhere near. I said to him, I'm like a 5-year plan or something. Do we try a next round of treatment? Let's see how this rash heals first. Let's see how these side effects curb, and then we start the next, if we start the next round of treatment. If this condition takes 6 months to go away, what is my scan's gonna look like in 6 months? Have I grown new cancer? Like, there's just so many things to think about. That's way before moving. It was just me feeling not homesick necessarily, as family sick, I guess, You know, not only did my nephew pass away and I wasn't able to go to the funeral because I was so far away, but my eldest cousin passed away and I wasn't able to go to the funeral because I was so far away. And I'm sick. Like, but here's the thing: if I was upstate New York and I was 3 hours away, I could take a 3-hour road trip. Like, I could take the trip to Branson right now if I wanted to, because 3 hours is nothing, kind of thing. But you know, 18, 20 hours, 24 hours to go to New York is a lot. And Jim can't drive that far either, so that's another thing altogether. But just stuff to think about, you know. Excuse me. I said to him, it's just stuff to think about. And he said, oh, you know, it's very expensive tax bracket up there. And I was like, well, not everywhere up there. You know, like every county is different up there. Just like, I'm like, some people think, when you think of upstate, you think of like Westchester County. And that's like one of the most expensive counties in the United States, I think. Or something like that. And, you know, that's where Scarsdale is. Scarsdale, you know. But anyway, I don't know. So, where Ross and or Rachel are complaining about the taxes. No, I'm kidding. It's an old Friends episode reference. So it's just a lot we've been talking about, and I said it's really important that we keep the lines of communication open. I really don't want to move from here. I said to him, I was like, I would love if we could just be like snowbirds, like come here in the summer. I mean, come here in the winter and go there in the summer, but we have winter here. So that's nothing to snowbird about, you know? But I do love it here. It's just that it's far away from my family, and that's hard. Especially now that I'm sick. I realize how far away from my family I am. I was thinking about like giving him a break, and I was like, if I could just have somebody come out for the weekend, so you can have the weekend off, and he can just like get in the car and go stay at a hotel in Springfield or something. You know, like not a million miles away, just enough to get away and relax and calm and be. I don't have to worry. Just worry about resting and catching up and recharging himself, you know. I don't know. It's just a lot. We've been talking about it a lot, about different things and different scenarios. And as you can imagine, when you go through something like this, all kinds of thoughts go through your head. All kinds of what ifs and plans and prayers and, you know, Jesus take the wheel. Moments happen frequently and often, which is the same thing, I understand, but I've given you both. Oh, goodness. So, anyhow, I will tell you that I am, again, super grateful for everybody for joining me each and every day that I'm here. It makes me feel so loved and so blessed. I have been really seriously working on fundraisers. I found a few different like kidney cancer designs that I want to put on shirts that I think I'm going to just like create the like kidney cancer design and then just like put Jerry's Journey on it is really kind of like what I want to call it. And I don't know. I just have like so many different ideas at the moment. I think like what I'm noticing is I do have a lot of brain fog, and I still have a lot of cancer brain fog, but the chemo brain fog is kind of like going away slowly again. And I'm having many more moments of clarity where I'm like, can actually hold a thought for a while and work with the thought. So it's not just like, oh, you know what, I got to work on merch because money, and then falls to the wayside. I actually like, oh yeah, let's work on merch, you know? It just when I was like during active treatment, I was just so tired all the time. I would get the thought and then the thought would be gone. Or I'd get the thought and then the action would be non-existent. But I did find one design which I love, and it incorporates the sunflower, which you guys know I love. So I kind of am like, I think that's what we're gonna do. I mean, a couple of different ideas, but I definitely think that that's one of the things we're going to do. And Hope for Healing, Warrior Women, all of those things are still ideas that I have, but just to sort of like get things started, I know that I can do certain simple designs myself and just run with it then. So that's that. I love you. Don't forget, if nobody's told you today, you can always come. Oh, I'm Jeri. Don't forget, if nobody's told you today that you're loved, you can always come by and hear how much I love you, because I do. I do appreciate you, and I love you, and I want to hug each and every one of you, just in person, in real life, IRL. And listen, I know I don't say this enough, but like and share and subscribe. Share lately, like I'm like, oh, if I'm trying to get to 100K subscribers so I can get that play button, just go ahead and share me with people who you just like, hey, listen, I have a friend on YouTube, and since you don't really YouTube much and it won't be annoying to see her videos, just go ahead and share and like subscribe to her channel. No. Whatever, I just try to be like, I'm trying to be funny, and it's coming off corny. I apologize. My friend Sylvia is sending me a lot of corny jokes lately, so the corny jokes are just in the forefront of my brain. I'm trying to be corny. But listen, as always, you guys, take care, God bless, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. See you tomorrow. All right, I hope so. Cross fingers. Yay.